Hi everyone, I'm Shanna. Today I am going to be talking about the importance of social and emotional learning as children develop. Children need to learn about a wide range of emotions so that they will feel throughout their lifetime. During early childhood, they will be forming relationships with family members and peers. To be successful doing so, they need to learn to regulate or control their responses to situations that cause anger, anxiety, disappointment, and even excitement. Adults teach children the vocabulary needed to differentiate between the feelings experienced within the range of these emotions. Children's social lives will be impacted depending on the emotional connections made with others and how effective they are in dealing with conflicts. How they deal with their own emotions, empathy toward others, and their ability to get along with family and friends are all factors involved in becoming socially competent. Emotions are comprised of three parts: expression, feeling, and regulation. Teachers play an important role in helping children learn to control their emotions. Perception is the first thing I wanted to talk about. A child begins to perceive emotions within themselves as early as 6 months of age. Up to the age of 14 months, infants notice their own non-complex emotions such as anger, fear, and joy. At this stage, infants are unable to interpret, understand, or manage their emotions. However, at around the age of 2 years old, they will begin to perceive more complex feelings such as embarrassment, shame, jealousy, guilt, disgust, and pride. This awareness continues to build during the early childhood years. Perceiving emotions in others is gradually performed by young children. They do so by reading emotional cues and body language. After repeated experiences observing the same actions of people, children group these actions together to form an idea about how someone feels. Perceptions are influenced by the other person's facial expressions as well as the tone of their voice. For example, researchers have found that speech articulation combined with facial expressions provides better signals for the recognition of fear, anger, and disgust. Expression of emotion is the next element I wanted to talk about. When a child expresses their emotions or communicates how they feel in a manner that helps them interact with others in a positive way, they are working towards emotional competence. This skill takes years to develop. However, when learned, a child will understand that they need to express rather than suppress their feelings. They know that sometimes they need to give themselves time to process what they are feeling so they can deal with the issue in a positive manner. People use a variety of techniques to communicate their feelings. Some of these expressions are more helpful than others. What we see in infants is relatively limited to their faces and voices. However, as children become older, they will use a variety of methods to express their feelings. For example, when a child is angry, they may use a combination of the following methods. The first is that they vent. Crying, complaining, and facial expressions are used to express how they feel about a situation. This method typically does little to actually fix the problem. They actively resist. That's the second one. When children are involved in a situation with someone who has angered them, they defend themselves with non aggressive responses. They are able to use self control and words to interact with others. The third thing they do is they express dislike, and this is directly expressed when a child tells someone they are not liked or they're not invited to join in their play. Fourth, they take revenge, and this refers to the physical or verbal retaliation towards the person who angered them. Most often, this is performed when a child is physically hurt or rejected and can be observed in the form of hitting, name-calling, and threats. Number 5 is they avoid the person they're angry with. And the last one, number 6, they seek out adults for comfort when they've been involved in an incident which angered them. Children learn how to express their feelings in family settings, when playing with peers, watching television, reading, and searching the internet. They will learn appropriate ways to express their feelings during daily interactions with those who are skilled in responding in kind, patient ways. And regulation is the final and most complex component of emotion. Being able to regulate emotion allows people to live an emotionally balanced life. This happens when children use a combination of methods to cope with their feelings, such as mindfulness. Mindfulness occurs when a person is aware of the emotions they are feeling at the time and they're able to take into account their surroundings and the situation before reacting to potential triggers. Children can be taught to regulate emotions by using forward-looking strategies, and this entails discussing the situations that occur and thinking through the possible reactions they might have. While many people may resort to avoidance techniques, that's usually not a healthy way to deal with stressful or unpleasant situations. Children also need to learn to push aside the negative self-talk that may take place in their own minds. They should be encouraged to call upon their best self. Encourage them to stop in a triggering situation and ask how they can respond in a way that would align with their values. To regulate negative responses, a child should learn how to calm themselves in an undesirable situation. They may also learn to cope with negative feelings by looking to future events that might be a pleasant scenario. So it gives them something to look forward to. As educators, it is vital that we understand the developmental factors which affect children's abilities to understand their own feelings. Memory, language, and brain development are contributing factors that assist children reflect and evaluate their emotions. It is necessary that teachers support children as they learn to navigate their emotions. Teachers will be presented with many opportunities to help children deal with their feelings so they can become emotionally competent individuals who can balance their emotions and constructively handle conflict. We can help children understand their feelings by finding ways that help them remember through on-the-spot coaching. By doing so, we offer suggestions that assist them and manage their feelings. This has to be done over time, but it's important that we keep the reminders positive. For example, if a student is involved in a situation that frustrates them, we can offer suggestions that help them eliminate those feelings, such as taking deep breaths, sitting in a quiet corner, or just saying a few positive words to themselves. We can be intentional in supporting children's social and emotional health by using children's books such as The Feels by Kelly Oriard, In My Heart by Julie Cook, and The Book of Mistakes by Coriana Lukin. Books introduce new vocabulary words, and by having discussions about these new words, what they mean, and how to convey them, children are provided with alternate ways to more accurately describe their feelings. Events from books can teach children how to identify the actions that elicited a specific feeling. We can then further the discussion by asking probing questions like, how would you feel that happened to you? Or what would you do if you saw this happening to one of your friends? We can also offer hands-on activities like songs, crafts, and games after reading to help embed the lessons from the books and teach children how to incorporate the strategies into their everyday lives. Children can be reminded of these suggestions in non-invasive ways. We can offer cues by moving closer to them and making nonverbal gestures such as a thumbs up or a gentle touch to the shoulder. We must be positive role models using simple language and setting reasonable expectations. Teachers can guide children with meaningful praise and by establishing a trusting relationship. These strategies help children express their emotions in productive ways, and they will be happy, engaged, and capable of resolving conflict. Thanks for listening. I hope you found this information useful and for any future interactions that you have with our youth. Have a good day.